Hi, everyone. Welcome to day 31 of 33 Days to Morning Glory. As we're coming to the end of this 33 Days to Morning Glory, today we'll reflect on three things that Mother Teresa taught us about Marian Consecration. So, the first thing that she taught us is thirst. And we'll delve into in each of these a little bit deeper as we move on through this video. But the first one is thirst, second one is heart, third is covenant. The first one, as I said, is thirst. And let's think more deeply about what Mother Mary really taught us about thirst. She said this: Our Lady was the first person to hear Jesus cry, "I thirst," with St. John. And I'm sure Mary Magdalene was there as well. But because Our Lady was there on Calvary, she knows how real, how deep his longing is for you and for the poor. But do we know it? And do we feel as she did? So let's ask her to teach us these things. Her role is to bring you face to face as John and Magdalene with the love in the heart of the crucified Jesus. Before, it was Our Lady pleading with Mother, and now our Mother in her name is pleading with you. So let us try in a special way to come as close as the human heart can to the heart of Jesus and try to understand as much as possible Jesus' terrible pain caused to him by our sins and his thirst for our love. Let's thank God for Our Lady, who was there to understand fully the thirst of Jesus for our love. Let's ask our Lady to help us understand this. The second thing that we'll talk about that we learned through Mother Teresa is heart. A key to Mother Teresa's understanding of consecration is heart. Recall her two prayers to Mary. First one is "Lend me your heart." The second one is "Keep me in your most pure heart." Also recall the importance of our imitating of Mary's pondering heart. So we'll start with the two prayers and then review Mary's heart pondering attitude. So the first prayer, "Lend me your heart." By this prayer, Mother Teresa was asking Our Lady to give us the heart, the love of our heart. In other words, she was saying, "Mary, help me to understand the perfect love of your Immaculate Heart." Remember, Mother Teresa's passionate desire was to satiate the thirst of Jesus for love. She wanted to do this in the best way possible. Now, what better way to love Jesus than with the perfect, humble, immaculate heart of his mother? Here, Mother Teresa found the secret to living out her vocation to the full. Mary, lend me your immaculate heart. That's the first prayer. The second prayer we learned about Mother Teresa is "Keep me in your most pure heart." Or, stated more fully, one prayers, "Immaculate Heart of Mary, keep me in your most pure heart, so that I may please Jesus through you, in you, and with you." This part of Mother Teresa's consecration to Mary is the most profound. She's not just asking for Mary's heart to be in her, but she's asking to be in Mary's heart. So this is a prayer to love Jesus through Mary, and this is a special part of Mother Teresa's "in Mary and with Mary." This is something more simply than having Mary lead us to her heart or lend us her heart. To understand this and live it requires a loving dependence and profound union with Mary. This is expressed more fully in the next section, covenant. So we went more deeply in the two prayers. Now we'll look at the pondering heart of Mary. Mother Teresa developed an attitude of gratitude, followed by the example of Mary, who is always pondering in her heart the good things that God is doing in her life. We can see this in Luke chapter 2, verses 19-51. Specifically, Mother Teresa followed this example through her fidelity to the examination of conscience. In other words, at the end of each day, she would ponder in her heart all the good things God has done for her that day, and she would reflect about how she was or was not fully responding to this love. So we looked in two ways that Mother Teresa experienced the consecration of Mary. We looked at thirst and we looked at heart. Now we'll go into the covenant. For this part, there are 12 things that Mary does through the consecration, and then there's 12 things that we do as responsibilities as a covenant to this consecration. So I thought it would be good to share my screen so we can look at this together. So in this table, we see Mary's duties and my duties. The list of Mary duties, we can just go through this together. 1 is to give her heart and her spirit and her heart. 2 is to possess, protect, and transform me. 3 is to inspire, guide, and enlighten me. 4, to share her experience of prayer and praise. 5, responsibility for my sanctification. 6, responsibility of all that befalls me. 7, to share with me her virtues. 8, to provide for my spiritual and material needs. 9, union with her heart. 10, purify me and my actions. 11, right to dispose of me of my prayers and intercessions and graces. 12, total freedom in and around me as she pleases in all things. Now we'll go more deeply into my duties. The first one is total gift of all I am and have. Second one is total dependence on her. Third is responsiveness to her spirit. Fourth is faithfulness to prayer. Fifth, trust in her intercession. Sixth, accept all as coming from her. 7, imitate her spirit. 8, constant recourse to her. 9, remembrance of her presence. 10, purity of intention and self-denial. 11, right to avail myself of her and her energies for the sake of the kingdom. 12, right to enter into her heart and to share her interior life. Now, of all of these, the one that I thought was the most important, and for our reflection, is remembrance of her presence. This is, I think, very important, mainly because we live in a time where there's so much confusion, there's so much hurt and despair, we would say, between the way people view the world. And so, in this mess, in this difficult situation, we must always remember that through this consecration of Mary, we become more closer to her, and also we must remember that she's always with us. And remembering that she's with us will help us go through the situation in a more calm, peaceful way. Now, another thing that I thought was important for us to kind of reflect upon is number 6, which is to accept all things as coming from her. Again, this might seem like a lot given the situation, but accepting that all things are coming from her is a fundamental part of our consecration with Mary. In understanding that when we give all of ourselves, we surrender our trust, our love to Mary, and we ask for consecration. Whatever comes as a gift, whatever comes as an outcome of our prayer, is something that we need to accept that she is giving to us. So let's conclude with today's prayer. Today's prayer is a little different. Let's try spending a day pondering Mother Teresa's Marian teaching as it is summarized by these 3 words, which is thirst, heart, and covenant. Thanks.